Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but I've got a moonraker rifle, and since we have no place to go, let it blow, let it blow, let it blow, Feld. Okay, judging by that horrible rendition of a classic song, this is the Bond Experience holiday video. That's right. We do this once a year for everybody out there. For the uninitiated, this is more of a public service message for the Bond fan. You see, I understand that you get things every year that you really don't want. I mean, let's face it, it's difficult to buy. You know, what goes through the spouse's head, the brother, the sister, the coworker is that as a Bond fan, what do you get the Bond fan that either has everything or, let's face it, can get everything, right? Boxes showing up all the time. No, this is the video for you. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go through a series of different Bond products that your loved ones can purchase for you this year. And we'll do it nice and gently, slowly. We'll go over them, different price points all over the place. So here's how you do it. The best way to do it is go get the loved one in your life. Just go get them and sit them down with a drink. Now you may want to prep them with a drink first and then get them a second drink. That seems to help for some reason. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out of the way. When you see the gold woman behind me, press pause, sit them down, get the drink, mood lighting, the whole 9 yards, and then we'll start the show. You ready? Let's do this. Ah, Garfield, will you ever learn? Oh, hey, how are you? I didn't even see you there. This is David Dritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome. Nice to see you here for a change. You're probably aware of the site. You're a James Bond fan and your life tends to watch it from time to time. No, we are in this very Christmassy setting with bourbon-soaked eggnog to really talk to you about the Bond fan in your life. Now, I know it's difficult, right? Boxes show up, mystery boxes, where's the money going? What do you get the individual that has everything or can get everything? Well, this video is going to help you this year. I mean, let's face it, the Bond fan in your life has been pretty good. You know, shook the heroin habit, has stayed off the streets, no gambling anymore. No less either, but none more. Let's give them something back. So we're going to take you through a whirlwind tour of different James Bond products that you can purchase. Now, I know what you're saying. David, I'm not Fort Knox. Who is? No, this is really to demonstrate different levels of James Bond products you can buy, all the way from a few dollars, all the way up into you are Fort Knox. So why don't you join me as I smoke my pretend pipe and head to the Christmas tree to start lavishing in the James Bond holiday season. Let's start off with toiletries. I mean, what person doesn't want to smell like James Bond? That didn't come out right. Anyway, here's what we have here. I mean, first of all, let's start off with the woman in your life, if you will, or the James Bond fan that happens to be female. We have these Bondettes. These are actually mini nail lacquers, which are very cool. They're from Opie. They came out, there's different ones based on different Bond films. There's A Man with the Golden Gun. This happens to be the Skyfall one. Very cool setting. And by the way, even from a collection standpoint, the men in your life are collecting these, no questions asked. Don't ask, don't tell. But they're actually very cool and a nice little collectible for about $4 to $5. So not going to break the bank. This is another thing that you can actually find at Kohl's or Harrods in the UK in different places. And this is a 007 scent. And interestingly enough, this is a trademark scent. Quite frankly, this is something that smells a little like Drakkar Noir. I was not impressed with the smell. From a collection standpoint, though, people like it because, let's face it, when was the last time a James Bond scent came out that wasn't from Avon? Made for the Man. Was it the 60s? Was it the 70s? So nice little collectible, probably going to be a shelf hanger, and runs anywhere from $20 to $35, depending on the size. However, that being said, if you want to really get something from Skyfall, what I would suggest is the shaving soap and bowl, which happens to be, in this particular case, Florist number 89. That was seen in Skyfall. So this is, you know, kind of an ode to a prop that was seen, as well as smelling really good. It harkens back to the Ian Fleming books as well. So the florist aspect has a really nice Bond tie to it. Plus, even if it's not a Bond fan, Floris is just a nice high-level label. In fact, you can even get the eau de toilette, if you will, to kind of match with it, a nice set. They send it in a really cool box, so it's got a nice presentation level. So, the toiletries of James Bond. I hope you're having a drink as well. It's going to make this video go oh so much better. So, clothes. I mean, clothes make the man, they make the individual. With Bond, there's really no exception. And I know that people have been jumping on Levi's jackets, Billy Reed jackets, all these different wonderful things from Barber as well. There's other pieces that you can get, and chances are, if you have a Bond fan, they have a lot of those different things. So here are some things that aren't as well publicized. For example, the PTI jacket that's seen in the film when Bond is undergoing his tests and not doing so well. This is from Joint Service Clothing Company. They've actually got a nice logo going, and actually there's a more accurate logo than even this one. And this one runs for about 37 pounds. It's not only a nice piece to have as a prop from the movie, but it's also a really nice jacket just to wear. I've been wearing it, you know, and work out and things like that. So a nice ode to the movie. Now, maybe you're a bit more of a detective. If you are, then here are some pieces that are going to take a little bit more finding to do. For example, this Coast tie, which is number 770022672. It's a woven silk tie from Coast, COS, and it goes for about 25 pounds. And just to kind of bring it back to where it falls in the movie, this is in the Shanghai scene, so Bond is dressed as a chauffeur to find Patrice, the assassin. And he wears this Coast, COS, shirt as well. This is just a plain white shirt. Numbers 02020560413100. Goes for about 45 pounds. These can still be found on the web or in Coast shops. So if you're looking for something to say, wow, honey, did I do a lot of work for you? These are two really good choices. Another one is when Bond is enjoying death. He wears these slim chinos. They're called Moto chinos. And these are actually from Topman. Thank you. I had a eggnog brain fart for a second. These are harder to get, right? So they're already starting to be sold out. You want to look for these little black buttons in the back. That's kind of the telltale signs. Don't get the skinny ones. Get the slim chinos. These can run anywhere from 15 pounds to US $60. On the second-hand market, they might run you a little bit more, but they're comfortable as hell. They're a nice kind of transition slack as well, so even if it's not a Bond fan, they're really cool pants, but it does have that nice skyfall tie to it. Now here's one that is available. Yay, it's not so difficult to find. But this is actually the John Smedley V-neck, and we're going to actually open this package. So the V-neck sweater that Bond wears in Shanghai is made out of this really nice wool, and John Smedley is a UK-based company. It's been around for a long time. This particular sweater is not inexpensive, however, it's extremely high quality. It's a wonderful merino wool that happens to breathe. It's probably about $170 US. But it can be had on the John Smedley site. They're a really good bunch. Their customer service is wonderful, bar none. And most importantly, if you're seeing this video, they can get this in time for Christmas. So highly recommend them. And if somebody finds this under their tree and they're a Skyfall fan, their jaws are going to drop. Now, here's really something if you're a really good detective. This is a Zara boot. They retailed originally for 49 pounds. Good luck getting him for that. But these are the boots that he wears when he's enjoying death. Can they be found? You've got to scrounge. They're on the second-hand market. They go for anywhere from 3 to 4 times that amount. But if you've got a little bit of that Fort Knox and you're looking for something special, these are highly, highly coveted. For the number that you're looking for, it's 5286-302-113. And they have obviously different sizes, so make sure you size accordingly. So if you're looking for clothes, good luck, and they're out there. That doesn't suck. Okay, What about jewelry, accessories, things like that for the Bond fan in your life? First of all, let's talk about Swarovski. So Swarovski has had a nice run in James Bond fandom, if you will, in different aspects, but never so much as in Skyfall, where obviously, the femme fatale, if you will, literally, wears quite a bit of Swarovski. In this particular case, you can actually order the different items that she wore. Now, Bernice actually wore real diamonds. These are obviously crystals. So this is the bamboo necklace that Severine wears in the casino. And I thought it was a nice representation from the movie. You see it quite a bit. So if you're going to get a piece, especially if this is for a male member, there's different odes, if you will, to different movies of James Bond that Swarovski has done on their website. That being said, if you want a piece of Skyfall that represents a Bond woman, or you yourself want to wear something like this is a really cool compromise. It's very unique, it's very different, it doesn't scream Bond, and yet it factors into the movie in quite a few scenes and close-ups. But what's really cool about this is you can have a little fun. So you can order a gift bag and a gift card totally free. They don't charge you anything extra. But I had a little fun, and you can too. So on this particular one, I actually, and I don't know if you could pick this up or not, but it says, don't lose your head, love Silva. So what's nice about this is if you are going to have something that's going to be displayed with the piece, you can have this, you can have the piece, and then when they open it up, they get that wonderful joke, don't lose your head, which is a really incredible line from the movie. So Swarovski, really great. Only downside that I had with Swarovski is not great customer service. Their website's a bit dodgy. People have actually had trouble ordering the different pieces, but you know what? You're high tech. Go figure it out, and I'm sure you will. This is very cool. So these might not even be available because they're limited edition of 50, so they may be sold out. Here's to hoping that they're not, because it's very cool. You can see by this crest that this is the Bond family crest. This is from a gentleman named Leonard overseas who was actually featured in a Your Bond experience where he decided that with his wife he would climb up one of the cat construction company pieces. I'm sure you've seen that. But in this particular case, he has created, or recreated I should say, the Tom Ford crest cufflinks that Bond wears. Now you hardly see these in the movie, but when he goes to Scotland with M, and when he rescues her and takes her away, and he's in the DB5, he's actually wearing these cufflinks. These are beautiful. I mean, really well done rendition. I love when fans put their heart and soul into a piece, whether it's a prop, whether it's a reproduction piece of clothing, or something like this. But if you can imagine just Christmas morning, Hanukkah night, Kwanzaa, I don't care what you celebrate, getting something like this with its presentation, opening it up. And this is not something you can buy in Kohl's, right? This is not something you can get online. But we'll have the contact information for you to get one of these for your Bond fans. And then finally, this you may recognize. So Joseph Darlington, who is a dear, dear friend of mine and a great friend of the family, as well as a passionate supporter of James Bond in general, with his Being James Bond website, which part of that and Remmert's site is an inspiration for what you're encountering right now. So besides Joseph being an inspiration, he put this book together, Being James Bond Volume 1. It was out last year. It did screamingly good business around the holidays because who wouldn't want to get a book like this? It's very inexpensive. It's a great stocking stuffer. It's this, trust me. It's not me. It's a great stocking stuffer, as well as just a great gift to give to coworkers. It's a nice wink and a nod, but there's really practical information on here about how to live like James Bond. So it's not just about drinking eggnog and smoking pipes. It's about reading as well. Who knew? Listen, this is very exciting, this part, because not since the 1960s has there been so many James Bond toys for big boys like myself. I mean, think about the 1960s. You could go into Sears and see the Gilbert toys, and boy, if we only knew what they'd be worth today. But now, we can become kids again because they've got really cool James Bond toys that have come out for Skyfall. Let's start with this monster of a box. So this is the Skyfall Scale X Trick car racing set. Super, super cool. Basically what you have here is you've got 6.5 feet of track by 4.5 feet. It's huge. But you've got the DB5, you've got the Range Rover on here, you've got different ways to control it. They can battle it out. I mean, this is harkening back to when I was a kid and my mother wouldn't allow me to have something like this because I think she thought I was going to stick my tongue into an electric socket, and I'm thankful because I'm alive today because of her. But this is a wonderful piece. First of all, the actual cars are very, very detailed. This particular company took a lot of pains to really make these things look authentic. But even more so, take a look at the back of the box. That's that old-fashioned gameplay type of look that we've known from the 60s and 70s and 80s that I think a lot of boxes and video games have lost. They become very art posterized and nebulous. It's two kids enjoying it. And you know what? I think this guy's 40 and this guy's 45, to be honest with you. So I don't have any problem opening this up and playing with this. But finding this under the tree Christmas morning, it just takes your childhood and it makes it passionate and brings it right back to you. So absolutely love this piece, and quite frankly, I can't wait to set it up. So this particular piece is probably a little bit over $120 to $140. You can find it on Amazon, and actually a lot of these pieces you're going to see are right up there in the Shop Bond site that we've created here to make it even easier for you, and I believe this is one of the things that you can find. So let's continue. 007 Legend, so this is for Xbox, but it comes on, you know, PlayStation 3, etc., is one of those kind of Call of Duty like first-person Bond games. Now, I've got to be frank with you. This is not a great game. It didn't get good reviews. I haven't even opened it because I've read some of the reviews. This was given to me as a gift, so I am going to keep it. The company that put this out, unfortunately, just went out of business. Eurocom. So, and that's because of lackluster sales, because it's basically the Call of Duty engine. That being said, you can find this now discounted. So if you are trying to give a piece of Bond and it's the night before and you can't run out and get you know, some of these things you need to order online, this does make a nice representation of, hey, I thought about you, I know you're a Bond fan, good luck. Kind of wonky though. Well, here we go. Let's get down. Come on, let's turn it to kids again, right? So, toys. Who doesn't love them? These particular toys are from a company called Toy State. And I don't know where they came from. They literally came out of the blue. But Toy State came out and started to put together different cars. Not just the DB5, but I had to get the DB5s. These people must absolutely love James Bond and must love the James Bond fan. Take a look at these cars. First of all, you've got the remote control ones, which are fully remote control, all the way down to controlling the machine guns, controlling the back, controlling the music. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can see the brake lights. I mean, this screams 1960s to me. Absolutely fun. But one of the coolest pieces I found is this really large one. So this one, large one, I haven't even taken out of the display box because it's so cool when you're showing friends and family. And I'll be honest, I have it on my desk at work because I can't stop playing with it. But when you hit it, not only does it play, but it goes through the James Bond theme and an entire demo of what it can do. For example, it can tilt on its axis, which is highly cool. There's the machine guns, the front machine guns, which literally jut out. Then it tilts on its axis. It actually will go across the floor as well. So there's a little bit of everything. It's kind of moving its thing. It gets holes in the back. And then there it takes off. And tilts. I could watch this all day. I think you could as well. It's super cool, but even better is it's got really great scenes on the back of it from Skyfall. Remember when you were a little kid and you looked over the box almost as much as the toy? Well, this box has lots of scenes from Skyfall. It talks about all the attributes of it. What's great about these cars is these cars don't break the bank. I mean, this car with all its features and doodads is only about $35. This one's only about $27. So, I mean, combined under $50, you're going to make somebody's jaw absolutely drop. I feel like a little kid. Sweet mother's milk. Oh, speaking of sweet mother's milk, we have quite a bit for the Bond fans. So these are simple gifts, and it really runs the range. But for those Bond fans that are over 21, and you know who you are, you've got choices this year. Heineken featured prevalently in Skyfall. As a matter of fact, some people could even say, besides a commercial publicity, it's a bit of a prop. I mean, he's holding it in a lot of different scenes, as are other characters. So even getting a six-pack, and there are six-packs out there now with the Bond Skyfall label and logo on it, put that under a tree, I guarantee you're going to elicit a smile, a laugh, and they'll drink it. I got a case and I've been drinking it, and really enjoy it actually. But besides that, if you want to put a little bit more of your Fort Knox dinero into it, you can get this piece, which runs anywhere from 150 pounds on up. But this was first originally put out by Harrods through Bollinger. Now, Bollinger obviously has an incredibly long history with Bond. In fact, we're going to probably do a Bollinger video to itself. But they've created something for the 50th anniversary in Skyfall, which is absolutely amazing. It's this wonderful canister that actually holds a wonderful, wonderful piece. So let's take a look. First of all, you've got the 007 that opens it up. On the top, you've got the barrel of the gun, the opening barrel, which is fantastic. This is just a cool, like, Bond thing, but you twist it open, and what? Oh, look at that inside. More libations. James Bond 007 2002 Brut. 50th anniversary. It's a beautiful bottle. I don't even know if I'm going to drink this because the bottle itself is absolutely beautiful. It's very special. The logo, the 50th anniversary aspect. This wonderful piece is actually insulated and holds not only champagne but wine if you go out to dinner. So it's a nice different carry-all. And you put it right back in, and you've got an amazing, amazing array of collector ability for this. This is one of those pieces that if you have this under the tree or next to the menorah, people's mouths will drop for sure. I highly recommend it. I got it in, and again, I was like a little kid. It wasn't over the holidays, but if you have the cash, I would spend it on this. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. It's probably one of just a few that we're actually going to have around the holidays. That's how many great things are out there for the Bond fan. I hope this was helpful. Look, the Bond fan in your life deserves this. We'll have links associated with all the different pieces that you saw, or you can go into the Bond store at the top of this website. And listen, from me to you, I hope you bond with your family this holiday season. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you soon.